All right, we're going to do a quick review on independent and dependent variables. This is the main thing I want you to focus on with your homework assignment tonight. Before we move on, get out your homework sheet. Pause the video if you need to, but get your homework that has the vocabulary in it so that you can look at the definitions. All right, if we look at number 10 is independent variable. This is the part of the experiment that the scientist changes on purpose. Remember, you have this I here because I am changing this in my experiment. I'm changing it on purpose. This is causing something else to change. So for example, today we did our do now was on laundry detergent. So we said if I am changing, or if I'm using Gain and Whisk and Tide, how much of the coffee stain is each one going to remove? Well, I'm changing the different types of detergent because I want to see how they affect the amount of coffee that is removed from the shirt. That is the dependent variable. So what you're measuring is your dependent variable. So in that example, it would be the amount of coffee stain that was removed. So this is always the part that changes as a result of your independent variable. So because I changed the laundry detergents, which is my independent variable, that caused a change in the amount of coffee stains that were removed from the shirt. So let's take a second and look at your homework. Go back to the very first one. We're going to look specifically at that example. For questions 1 through 4 on your homework sheet, you had to read this first scenario. So I'm going to read it together. It says, Smithers thinks that a special juice will increase the productivity of workers. So he thinks they're going to do more work. He creates 2 groups of 50 workers each and assigns each group the same task. In this case, they're supposed to staple a set of papers. Group A is given the special juice to drink while they work. Group B is not given the special juice. After an hour, Smithers counts how many stacks of paper each group has made. Group A made 1,587 stacks. Group B made 2,113 stacks. So what we have to look at here is, remember your independent variable, what did Smithers, as the experimenter, what did he change on purpose? Well, it says he creates 2 groups. One group is given the special juice to drink, and one group is not given the special juice. So because we can see there's a difference between the 2 groups, we know that that's our independent variable. He changed on purpose whether or not they were given the special juice. Remember that our dependent variable is what we are measuring to see what the effect was of our independent variable. So he wants to see what was the effect of this special juice. Did it actually make them more productive or did it not? So what he's measuring in this specific one is how many stacks of papers each group made. We know that's what he measured because it tells us in the last 2 sentences, or the last sentence, exactly how many they made. So that becomes our dependent variable because that was what was measured. That was the effect of the special juice. Looking at number 3, make sure that for your hypothesis that you are writing your hypothesis in an if-then format. So if what was the independent variable? If he gives them the special juice, then what did he think was going to happen? Did he think they were going to be more productive? Did he think they would be less productive? And then go ahead and go from there. Try to use what he thought himself. If not, just write any hypothesis that makes sense to you. The results for number 4 is what actually ended up happening. Hopefully this helps. If not, I've also attached a couple of links to some other videos that I found very helpful that will hopefully make it even more clear than what I was able to make for you. Again, make sure you go back and use your vocabulary sheet and use the examples that we've done so far. Think about your gummy bear labs that we've done and the do now that we did in class today. I hope this helps, guys. If not, come see me in homeroom.